Welcome to our first live episode of the Free Gems, baby. This is episode 150.
Hey, yo, listen, man. Welcome back to the Free Gems podcast, episode 150. We here. We officially live. It's Mother's Day. Shout out to your fucking mother. Shout out to Cinco. Shout out to shout out to Mom. Listen, man. I'm more excited than the motherfucker. People gotta understand. Listen, not only is it episode 150, we gotta address the elephant in the room. All right? It's my motherfucking birthday.
Listen, there's a lot going on right now, all right? It's episode 150. We're kicking off a new season of the Free Gems. It's my co-host's birthday.
It is the co-host's birthday.
It's Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day. Shout out to your mother.
Happy Mother's Day to all the new mothers out there, all the old mothers out there, all the grandmothers out there,
all the good mothers out there, all the terrible mothers out there. Listen, shout out to all of you. It's your day.
Not only that, I also wanted to shout out, last week was Teachers Appreciation Week. Shout out to all the teachers.
Teachers Appreciation Week? I'm not gonna lie, I gotta draw the line right there.
Shout out to all the teachers. It was also Nurses Appreciation Week. Shout out to all the nurses.
Stop it. They keep making up days, weeks, months. I'm not with it.
Listen, but you gotta realize, those are unsung heroes. They get shit on a lot.
1,000%.
You know what I mean? Like,
not mad at
those people, those are the ones that are the backbones of society. They need to be bigged up whenever. So
yeah.
I am never mad. I'm never mad at shouting out the teachers, never mad at shouting out the nurses.
Because
they're overworked, underpaid, underappreciated. You know what I mean?
Listen.
The doctors get all the glory. Nobody cares about teachers. So shout out to them.
I think that is a fact.
You know what I mean?
But I also think that we got to stop giving everything a motherfucking day, a month, a week. That shit is weird, bro. They're fucking me up.
Yeah, everything.
Last month, I think it was C-section awareness month. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about?
But that's also something that needs to be made aware of.
Okay.
Because a lot of the complications, a lot of mothers dying on the table. You know what I mean?
I get that.
There's a lot of things that affect a lot of the population. So like, even if something doesn't necessarily affect you, but like, oh, boom, okay, wow, this does affect somebody else. You know that. I get what you're saying. 100%.
I was gonna let you get that off just to be like, yo, bro, you don't think they dragging it? You don't think they like just a little bit? Like, all right, like, come on, son. Like, to me, like, I feel like they give days away to people who are like, I don't know how to explain. It's not even about who they're giving it to. It's just like it used to really like there was only like 2 or 3 things they had a day. Like, you got Black History Month, Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day, which aren't they both for veterans? Like President's Day, shout out to them too. Like it was Lincoln and George Washington's birthday, MLK Day, like.
But yeah, I see what you're saying.
We doing too much.
I see what you're saying.
C-section awareness month. Listen,
yeah.
Let's start a trending tweet. Let's get a hashtag on. I'm all for it. But to name it the month, let's be real. How many people knew April was C-section awareness month? Did you know?
Nope.
Marv, did you know? I rest my case. Nobody knew that shit because February is the only month we address as a month that's for somebody. All right? When you start throwing this shit out, it's like it loses its validity. That's how I feel.
I feel that.
That's just why I think that's where more importantly what I'm trying to get at. It's like, bro, we can't just give everybody. Like,
you get a day. We Oprah with it.
I do highly agree with what you said. Teachers are the unsung hero. I think teachers should be paid at minimum double what they're getting right now.
Absolutely.
Not gonna lie.
Apps, especially what's going on with the war on education right now. I don't want to get into that.
Especially for the fact that we give these people. First of all, people don't understand this. These teachers, principals, deans, they're spending more time with your children than you are. So it's beyond important for them to make sure that we honor them. We show them all the love, all the appreciation. We should give them some more money. Just because, like, bro, they're literally tasked with the idea of having to raise our children, whether we realize it or not.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? These kids go to school from 8 in the morning to 3 o'clock. If they got practice after school, these motherfuckers is in that system for 8 to 12 hours a day. Then they get home, mom and dad tired than a motherfucker.
Yep.
If they even get to make it home by the time you home from school, like your parents don't get home till 7, 8 sometimes, 10 o'clock at night. They don't even see their kids till it's 7 in the morning and they're rushing you to get the fuck up, eat this Taylor ham biscuit and on the way to school. They got about an hour to try to get any information into your brain. The rest of this kid's existence pretty much on 5 days out the week is they're getting their education, everything from Miss Campbell, Miss Turner. Shout out to all of them. I'm just making up random names. I don't even know Miss Campbell, Miss Turner, but shout out to both of them. I said it to say like, yeah, man, I'm 100% with what you're saying. I don't want to seem like I'm against.
No, and I understand what you're saying as well.
Word. Also, I just feel like we don't got to give everything a month.
Also, you got to realize, as far as teachers are concerned, every kid has that one teacher that made a real impact on them growing up. Everybody watching this.
Facts.
Already in their mind has a teacher that had made a big impact on them growing up, and there's a lot of people who grew up without guidance.
Yeah.
And use literally teachers, deans, administrators as father figures, mother figures,
Absolutely.
role models that literally help shape who they are today.
No, for sure.
And
man.
a lot of the times, the kid doesn't ever get the appreciation until after the fact. It's always hindsight.
Facts.
In the moment, you know, they don't really see it, but as they get older, now they start to appreciate what that teacher, what that educator, what that administrator did for them. So
absolutely, especially because those people that you're talking about, they become authoritative figures. So there's a lot of like they become like a parent, and it's like you kind of nervous around them. You treat them like a parent. You don't want to get caught doing certain things around. You know what I'm saying? But I really want to make sure that we shout out, like you said, those people that are donating their time, especially like those coaches and people that are outside of school, like people that aren't basically getting paid to do what they're doing. They're not doing it for the money. Like those high school head coaches and shit, they're not doing it for the money. They're doing a lot of this shit because they love it and they genuinely love guiding kids.
Yes.
And I want to make sure I shout out to Saquon, shout out to K-Song, you know what I'm saying, the coaches over at Tina High School, because we grew up with them, and I watched them do such a phenomenal job with the kids in the area, and just like doing things that they really don't have to do, i.e. like spending money to make sure this kid eats today, or making sure this kid makes it to school today by getting them a ride, or coordinating with other parents. Like, they just do so much that people don't realize, like, wow, like there's really heroes running around here donating their time, their energy, their money, whatever, to make sure that your kids are having a more productive, more successful life. So shout out to y'all.
Absolutely. And the backbone to any great society is how the youth are treated, and the parental figures or the role models that the youth ends up running into over their lifetime. So I think we need more of that going on. So big shout out to the teachers.
Right. It's crazy though, because I mean, like thousands of years ago, the educators were treated like they were treated as a higher class, like, you know, like the educators, the storytellers, the religious leaders, like the priests, you know, they were treated as such, and then it's just like in the last like 100 years or so, it's just been flipped on its head.
I don't even think necessarily you can say that. I think it's more so this American society and what we value, you know, because you can go to other countries and the top minds in other countries are celebrated as celebrities or the big people or the role models. You go to the East, you know, a lot of the inventors, a lot of the innovators, a lot of the politicians, a lot of the teachers and stuff I think it's based off of what we prioritize as a society. You know, we don't prioritize that over here.
No, you're right.
So those are not the people that we look forward as the role models. We look to the celebrities. You know, we look for the people who are the athletes. You know, the entertainers. That's basically what we put our value in. So, you know.
No, you're right though, because, you know, I just thought about it when I went to Serbia. I remember like everybody's name was Nikola. Everybody's name is Nikola, and it's because of Nikola Tesla.
Yes.
Tesla, literally, the car you're driving right now is named off Nikola Tesla. Who's Nikola Tesla? He's like Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, all rolled into one from Serbia. And literally everybody's name is Nikola out there. It's fucking mind blowing. Like, it's not just Jokic. Isn't there another person in the NBA like Nikola Jovic? It's like them in the same name. Yeah, they're all named that. I'm not gonna lie. And it's because they idolize. Like, if that was the case, there'd be a bunch of motherfuckers running around America named Albert or like Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Benjamin Franklin, Albert Einstein. But
Benjamin Banneker, you know.
Who the fuck is Benjamin Banneker?
You never heard of Benjamin Banneker?
History lesson. It's never too early. Let's get it right. Who's Benjamin Banneker?
Benjamin Banneker. He was instrumental in creating the blueprint for the White House.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Was he black?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. How about I say he got to be black?
Benjamin Banneker is also who they inspired Big Ben off of. The
clock?
Yeah.
In England?
Yeah. Benjamin Banneker had a lot. Yeah.
You're fucking me up right now. Now, why the fuck did they name a clock after a architect from America? A black architect at that. In like the home of racism.
He was an innovator. He was an innovator.
The home of racism named a national monument after a black man?
Yes.
All right, that's fucking confusing. But shout out to them.
People don't know that.
Yeah, no, I would have never known that. You just fucked my head up with that, and I'm sure I'm gonna have to Google this because I've never even heard of Benjamin Banneker. But I did know the White House was built in like the architecture where former slaves and all that good stuff. Well, not good stuff, but you know what I mean.
So, moving on, I think we got a slew of topics for today.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to start it out with you see the Diddy trial.
Oh,
has gotten going.
Yo, it's fucking me up because Diddy's trial came quick.
Yeah,
motherfuckers been on trial for years.
They're not playing.
Diddy shit was like, 4 months, we gonna have a turnaround. We gonna figure this shit out. We getting out of here. Diddy, I think you need to slow down. Not gonna lie. I think speedy trial might not be the way you want to go, but I feel you. you just on your bullshit, this might end up hurting you in the long run. But I want to hear some updates because honestly, I've been kind of in the clouds.
Yeah, it's okay. So he's already made a motion of defense that the relationship between him and Cassie was mutually toxic. It was mutually abusive.
Yeah, they was both beating the shit out of each other.
That's so far that's the story he's going with. I want to know your thoughts about that.
I mean, I don't think it even really matters. Like, as a man, you gotta just accept the accountability and responsibility that you're gonna be viewed as the more dominant, the more aggressive. You're gonna be viewed as the one who has the upper hand because chances are you're probably stronger than your woman. So it's like, it don't really matter. Like, if she's hitting you, you need to get the fuck away. You don't stay there and fight back. Like, that's not how that works. Like, if it becomes a life or death situation, now don't get me wrong. You feel me? Shorty, you wake up, there's a knife to your neck. That's a different situation. But if y'all repeat beating the shit out of each other, it's not a green light, bro. You got to get up out that situation. Don't keep them around and be like, oh yeah, like we're just gonna get into a physical altercation. No, because you're gonna end up right the fuck where you at, in fucking jail. But I want to hear your thoughts.
So my thing is, we live in a society that double standards do exist. So we can't act like double standards don't exist. I feel like no matter any situation, the person that has the most to lose in that situation has to be extra careful.
Facts.
If there's a domestic disturbance situation between a man and a woman, the man has to be extra careful because it can go left. There's not a lot of good things that can come out of that situation for the man.
Good.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing good. Like, besides surviving if she has a knife to your neck.
So the mutually abusive, I'm not. No sale. I'm not buying it. No sale. Yeah. You're not getting me with that one. I'm not trying to hear that.
Not saying that it's not
I'm not saying it's not true either.
Yeah, and
I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm not buying that. We not doing that because as the man, at the end of the day, you have to tread a lot more lightly than women in domestic situations. But that's just the law of the land. There are laws in place to protect the women, as there should be. So there are double standards in society. I'm tired of people acting like there aren't double standards. There's certain double standards that benefit both men and women. The double standard that benefits women is the fact that they have less to lose in a domestic disturbance. So, with that being said, no sale. No, I'm not. You're not getting me with that defense. You're not getting me with that one.
Yeah, nah, and it's fucked up though because, like you said, there's a double standard, and we men generally, even if you don't have more money or more successful in like Diddy's case, you still have so much more to lose because you have your freedom to lose. Because you're not gonna win this fucking case when you got a woman up there crying with bruises and shit and pictures of all these things you've done to her, and you're saying like, yeah, he did this to me, and then your defense is, well, she did it to me first. That don't fucking matter.
And it's in 4K. It's in 4K. We see what happened in the hallway.
Well, see that won't be able to get brought into court. That won't be able to be shown to a
why not? Because it was public.
Because it was public, and I think it's because it's I think if I'm not mistaken, I heard that's not going to be able to be brought into the court as evidence. Like,
do you know why?
I think maybe because of past statute of limitations or some shit like that. Like,
oh, okay, that's possible.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like I heard that can't be brought into evidence.
That is possible. I don't know how long ago that video was, but regardless. But to act like that's not going to shape the minds of some certain jurors that'd be wrong. Yeah. To say that because like it's a high profile case. All this stuff is out there. So regardless of who the jurors are, I'm pretty sure they've probably seen. Regardless if that's not going to be introduced to this trial, that might give them some type of they might take that in consideration regardless if it's into evidence or not.
I'm gonna be real though. All that being said, I feel like Diddy's gonna get off. I'm gonna be real. He's too rich.
Nah.
I think he's too rich.
I think he's fried, bro.
I think he's gonna get up.
Listen, it's not just the domestic thing. He's facing sex trafficking. He's facing arson.
They gotta prove that. Shit.
But he's facing. I don't think it'll be that difficult. I think there are a lot of people, even within his circles, that I think he's been living a lifestyle over the past few decades where it was bound to crash and burn at some point. I think he's been wilding a little too much for too long. And at some point, hey, the rubber meets the road. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about the situation. I think there's too much. It's not like this. It's not like he's just being put on trial for domestic allegations against Cassie. You feel me? There's so much going. There's a lot of stuff at play here.
I don't know. You know, I've been very weary of the fact that it's like Yo, he's in a RICO case by himself. Like, what?
Yes. Yes.
Usually in a RICO case, there's more people involved. Somebody
exactly.
can tell on you. Nobody can tell on him because there's nobody else in his case.
There's a lot of people that can tell on him.
Yeah, but witnesses, witnesses that. But the kind of money Diddy got, and
but not only witnesses, you got ex-bodyguards coming. Like, you know how many people on the payroll?
Witnesses. But regardless, the type of private investigator that Diddy gonna be able to get. Listen, if you got unpaid parking tickets as a witness, they're gonna find a way to make you a non-viable witness, a low quality, low moral witness, whatever the fuck they call it. They have ways to throw out a witness.
Oh yeah,
they catch you in a lie. They catch you in a situation where you're like, yo, if you don't send me $50,000, I'm gonna tell somebody. Well, now you're blackmailing somebody. All of a sudden, you're not a viable witness. Get the fuck out of here.
Will you lose credibility?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things. I'm just saying, when you got the kind of money Diddy got, and you hire the kind of lawyers Diddy got, listen, you'll be surprised. And private investigators.
I believe Brian Steele just started working with the Diddy team as well. With Brian Steele, which was Young Thug's lawyer.
Listen, when your backup is Brian Steele,
that's you know to clean up.
You're good. That's what I'm saying. If your backup lawyer is Brian Steele, then you're good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
also, another development. Apparently, Al B. Shore is ready to testify against Diddy.
Al B. Shore, see, Diddy stole Al B. Shore's son, so I don't like that shit. Al B. Shore should have been this. Al
B. Shore also claims that Diddy is responsible or has ties to the death of Kim Porter. He still believes that. Also, I don't know if you remember, Al B. Shore was in a coma for a while with organ failure.
Yeah.
He also believes that Diddy was involved in that as well.
He's jacking Diddy poison him?
That's what he's jacking, yeah.
Well, listen, Al B. Shore for sure has every reason to be the biggest hater. I ain't gonna lie. Diddy done took his bitch and his son. We don't even know Al B. Shore for being Quincy's father.
No, we really don't.
If you go ahead and Google Quincy Combs and Al B. Shore, you're gonna be like, oh shit, this is his fucking twin. Why? Because that's not Diddy's son. But we recognize Quincy as Diddy's son. We watched My Super Sweet 16 with Quincy at season 1 as Diddy's son. So nobody even realized that's fucking Quincy, that Al B. Shore is Quincy's father till you realize they have the exact same unibrow, son.
Yeah, they do.
They do. They're fucking twins.
They really do. Like they still have the same skinny face. Like
he took Kim Porter and his son and hit the high road, and we never heard an Al B. Shore song again. Al B. Shore has a lot of reasons to be a hater. I'm not gonna lie, but we gonna see because he might be right. The way they're using the Diddler and painting him as the Joker from Gotham City. It's like,
listen, you painted. Have you heard the stories over the years? Like, it's you know, like
I don't doubt him. I don't doubt him at all, to be honest.
Like, I'm the type of person when you take a body of work and people from different aspects of life who have no connections, and the picture starts being painted. You know, you just got to look at the picture at the end of the day. Somebody over here in this aspect of life. Somebody over here from another aspect of life. They don't know each other. You know, they're not connected anyway. But when the story starts to sound similar, and then boom, someone else, it just, I mean, and I don't even necessarily think everybody's going to be doing it for the money or whatever, because this is not even a civil suit, you know. But I mean, when the picture gets painted, it's undeniable. That's my take on everything. You know, when over the years, different things about, you know, different stuff that he said and torching cars and different threats he's made and even with Shine's situation, you know, there's a lot of situations. There's a lot of situations out there where the evidence it just becomes undeniable. In my take, that's my take on it.
Yeah, because it's one thing to be like abusive, verbally, physically. It's another thing to like blackball people out the A game, and
yeah,
it's one thing to do that. It's another thing to be considered a fucking murderous, just lunatic, which is kind of what they're saying.
Yeah,
because they're saying he's a murderous lunatic because they're jacking. He done shot multiple people. Then let the gun off in the club. You're telling me Al B. Shore thinks he got poisoned. He killed his baby mother. They're saying he blew up Kid Cudi's car. They're saying like. Do we really think that Diddy is running around like for real, the Joker from Gotham City? Like, because that's what they're paying it at.
Yeah, he literally. That's what they're paying.
You really think that? You really think that a person worth $500 million or better has been spending his time the last 20-some years doing all that shit?
Just
yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I kind of do too.
Yeah,
I'm not doubting it.
And the thing is,
to be honest,
you brought up money. That's a good point. Money and power. Those are the type of people that feel like they can do anything. They can get away with anything. Yeah, everybody around them has been yes man. Everybody on the payroll is on the payroll for him. Yeah. So somebody with that much status, that much power, that much influence within the industry, they feel like they can do whatever they want. You feel me?
But murder is crazy. Like what?
What if you think you can get away with anything? Why is that off the table? You feel me? Why is that off? If somebody feels like they're untouchable, they've been doing anything they want, get away with anything.
If Diddy's guilty of all of that shit, he might be the first real life supervillain. Like, what the fuck?
Like no, like literally
real
like,
life supervillain. Like I'm using all my resources to just do crime.
But they don't even think of it as crime. Whatever he wants. You feel me? Whatever, just because he can. Or like, I feel like he's so impulsive. You know, I feel like I don't even think he's calculating a lot of stuff. I just think he's so impulsive. He, you know, whatever it's the drugs, the part. I just feel like he just feels like he can do whatever he wants.
Damn, yo, it's really fucking me up now to think about it. Like Diddy's being held with no bail.
He shouldn't get bail.
They give that to like what's the first degree murder and capital murderers.
Yeah,
he doesn't have anything like that on his case.
Yeah, well,
it's kind of insane.
I mean,
no bail. We didn't see everybody get bail.
And I don't know if you saw a recent picture of him where it has a recent picture of him with his hair is literally like bleach blonde. I mean, not blonde. He got the grays. There's no more Just for Men in prison. You feel me? He can't.
They got Just for Men in prison. It's not Just for Men you want. I'm just saying.
It's not the Just for Men. You can't get that color coating in his hair.
I gotta see this picture.
No, you gotta pull it up. It looks like it's shopped.
That's the salt and pepper picture.
Yes, yes,
he in there looking like Morgan Freeman.
Nah, yes. Like I was actually shocked. But you're right. There is Just for Men, not the Just for Men that you want though.
Nah, look it up. Maybe it's the one that Diddy wants, but hold on. Diddy new pic is what I'm googling.
Look it up. I thought it was shot for a second. I'm like, oh no, I think that's real.
Diddy new pic from jail. This is important. I gotta put the visual together. Damn, yo, my son Diddler is done.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah, it's not popping up. It's not that important. I'll find it later. But it's a bunch of AI pictures.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I thought it looked real. I thought it was real. I saw a lot of different sources posting.
Damn, my boy, my son.
And they even have the you know how they have the where the people paint the picture.
Yeah,
they even have it in there.
That's what I saw. I saw a picture of it painted, but. I mean, I didn't really see him because it's like an animation. It's like a cartoon.
Yeah, the one that's painted, and I saw a real picture, but I thought it was real.
Why the fuck do they do that painting?
I don't know.
I feel like that's some shit from the 1600s.
I feel like that's some old tradition.
Yeah, like we don't have no camera, but fuck it. It's like a stenographer, but a visual stenographer. Stenographer is the person who sits in the courtroom and just types out everything that's going on.
Oh, see, Mar pulled it up, but
yeah, but I mean that's not enough. I gotta see.
But I thought I saw the real. It could have been shot. The one I saw.
Why the fuck do they even have this picture being painted?
I feel like it's old. Yeah, I feel like it's something old where to the record.
They're just like, we gotta still do this because the people with the white wigs.
Tradition. It's probably tradition that they used to do that with.
It feels racist. I'm not jacking it. It reminds me of dad times. I don't think we should do it no more. We should get rid of that shit. Take pictures. We have cameras. Why the fuck you have somebody painting in the courtroom?
Tradition.
Why?
Tradition.
That was like something that belongs in like a newspaper from the 1800s.
It does.
Yeah. I'm not jacking it. Get it out of here.
It's tradition. I mean, hey.
Fuck tradition. Our tradition tends to be racist. I'm not jacking it. I'm not jacking it. Get it out of here. What do we need that for? Just say it. Get somebody with a camera that takes real pictures.
Yeah, they can get anybody.
That looks very unnecessary.
Yeah,
to have somebody in there painting with oil
I
pastels.
was about to say oil pastels. I was like,
man, what are we doing?
It's oil pastel painting too.
He's in a rush too because he got to finish this before the case is over. It's like, what? Why do we need that? Anyway.
So, in other news, I wanted to talk about Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, he got us fucking lit. Ibrahim Traore, listen, whatever you got going on, gang, I'm fucking with you. Because you done turned this up, 8,000 plus subscribers, all types of TikToks and shit.
Nah, we're really up right now.
Ibrahim Traore, not only are you doing great things for the country that you're for Burkina Faso, but I want to hear what Kamal was about to tell us. It's been a constant update, and my man is out here trying to run the world.
Yeah. I got listen, free gems. I got to update the people what's going on.
Please update
the world,
the people. What's going on?
So, Captain Ibrahim Traore, the leader of Burkina Faso, he was in Russia celebrating the 80th reunion of defeating Nazis in Nazi Germany from World War II. So he was in Russia.
Wait. Whoa.
I'll back. You have a question?
Nah, go ahead. Let's just get through it.
So, I also wanted to address a lot of the comments and stuff that we've been getting under. So, A lot of people are saying, well, he does have a relationship with Russia. And a lot of people were saying in the comments, well, he's just trading in one oppressor for the other. He's trading in France and U.S. for Russia. And I want to sit here and push back on that and look at and talk about the difference and how the relationships are different.
Yeah, who the fuck has Russia oppressed? I don't know no countries that speak Russian but Russia.
I'm glad you said that. I wasn't going to bring that up, but
yeah, like I'm sorry.
Rather than
South America, it's a bunch of other countries.
You know, rather than regional disputes with Ukraine and stuff, but regional disputes have been going on since the beginning of time.
You know what it is? That Russia's so cold and just fucking remote that nobody even wanted to fuck with y'all. They're like, yo, y'all can have that Siberian fucking winter wonderland. Keep that shit up there,
yeah,
and just make room for China on the east side.
So now, there's a difference between being a colonial territory to an imperialistic power and an independent sovereign nation. Those are two different lenses to look at.
Of course.
So I'm just kind of break those down a little bit. As a colony, you do not control your resources. You don't control
shit.
You don't control your money. You don't control who's in power. You don't control the direction that your country is going in.
Yeah.
As a sovereign, independent nation, you control all those things. So I'm gonna give a scenario, an example. It's just like being an employee versus being a business owner.
Right.
So an employee, you only get paid by your boss. You can only do you're limited in what you can do. That's based on company policy, and you kind of have oversight in which you can't really do what you really want to do. So in this example, let's say you've been an employee for a very long time. You're an exceptional employee. You've been trying to open up your own business for so long, but your employer would not let you go. And in this scenario, the competitor for your employer is like, listen, open up your own business. If you do that, I'll back you. Fuck my employer. I'm about to go open up my own business and get an ally in this thing. You know what I mean? So Russia at treating Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore as an equal partner rather than a colony from France or U.S. is two totally different lenses. Two totally different lenses. And it's important for any nation, any sovereign nation, once they declare independence, to have allies. It's very, very important for a lot of reasons, not only diplomatic reasons, but only for trade and stuff. It's important for any nation to have allies for survival now in general. So let me give you an example of a country that didn't have allies, who it was hard for them to even be successful.
Talk to me.
Let's bring it back to 1804.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
Bring it back to Haiti. Haiti. Toussaint Louverture was the captain, the leader of Haiti that led the Haitian Revolution. They were the only actual slave colony to win their freedom. The only one. Fact. The only one to win their freedom. And so when you win your freedom and declare yourself as a nation amongst standing shoulder to shoulder with other nations, now it's time for you to have allies out there. You need allies. You need allies in order to survive. So, 1804. Who was the president in 1804?
Shit, that was before Abraham Lincoln. That's the only motherfucker I know from the 1800s.
Don't worry, I'll tell you. The president at the time was the third president, our third president, the one who wrote the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, what's it Thomas?
Thomas Jefferson.
I just realized 1804 really was only like 25 years from the Declaration, 28 years from the Declaration of Independence, 1776, right?
1776, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
1804 feels like 100 years from the Declaration. When you said third president, I'm like, oh shit, we were just in the third.
Yeah. So it's Thomas Jefferson. So you realize Haiti won their revolution. Not only did they win the revolution, France at the time put them in so much debt for winning the revolution. So now they have all this debt they have to deal with. Now I'm an independent nation. I'm going to reach out to other nations as allies. They reached out to the U.S. Of course, the U.S. did not recognize Haiti as an independent nation for more than one reason. One reason is because that U.S. ally was France at the time. One, they were allied with France. Two, they did not want the slaves in America to get riled up. Mm-hmm. We cannot. You think we're about to accept or ally with the only ones that defeated their oppressors? Absolutely not. We can't let this. We can't have we're going to get pressure from the slave owners in the South, and the slaves are going to get riled up. We cannot recognize Haiti as an independent nation. So not only did they have all this debt, but the biggest powerhouse in the Western Hemisphere, the U.S., did not recognize them as an independent nation. So Haiti was already set up for failure. Yeah. Already set up for failure. You know what I mean? So it's important to get overseas. It's important to make connections. It's important to have allies overseas. So Haiti was already set up. It was literally set up to fail. So they didn't get recognized until 1860s with Abraham Lincoln. That was the first time that Haiti was recognized as an independent nation.
My boy Abraham.
Yep. So it took about 50 years after their independence for them to be recognized. And then you can fast forward and talk about what America did to Haiti and taking their gold and resources and stuff. So Haiti is still sovereign to this day for winning their independence in 1804. But it's important as an independent nation, as a sovereign independent nation, to have allies overseas. So in the lens of Russia versus U.S. and France, it's not in the same lens. Russia is looking at them as an actual partner, when the other side is looking at them as a colony. So there's two different lenses I wanted to speak about real quick, which I thought was important.
Damn, that's crazy though. They had a celebration to to celebrate defeating the Nazis. That's fucking insane.
Yeah. And
why we don't do that? Why we don't throw that party? I'm just saying, like, why we never, you know? I'm just saying, that's a little weird. Why we never celebrated that?
So yeah, there was a few other leaders as well. There was a picture with Ibrahim and Maduro, the Venezuela president as well. Yeah. Also over there in Russia. So. And another thing about allies and everything is when you look at countries like Venezuela and Cuba, who are not allies of the U.S., who would not bow down to the U.S. in the system that the U.S. wants to put on them, but their location was really screwing them over.
Yeah, they're too close.
Way too. America is the greatest navy in the world. Yeah. So now they have illegal embargoes. They have illegal sanctions on their shores. Now, when you can, whatever happens when demand stays the same, but you severely affect their supply, inflation every time. Yeah. So that's why they're right now. The location is really screwing them as far as they're not accepting the hegemony that America is trying to put on them, but their location. So they're really getting screwed that way. So
you said hegemony.
Hegemony.
Hegemony?
Hegemony.
I knew a bitch named Hegemony. That's crazy. What the fuck is hegemony? You just gonna throw that in there like that?
Hegemony is when you have power over a certain area. Wow. You have regional power. So the U.S. has an hegemony on this side of the world.
What the fuck?
So Cuba and Venezuela, we're not doing what y'all want us to do. We're not elected.
Yeah, no.
You're not. So we're gonna limit the supplies from your shore because they own the shores. So their location is really screwing them. So if they were located somewhere else in the world, it might look a little different in Cuba and might look a little different in Venezuela. So I just wanted to clear that up with people who are saying that, he's trading one oppressor for the other, but is looking at it from a different lens.
Yeah, it do kind of feel that way though, to be honest. It's like, we want to go team up with Russia? Are you sure? Like,
I'm team up whoever was looking to team up with me. You feel me? If they want to help, they want to help.
Wow. Feels like a setup. Feels like a setup. I'd be easy if I was you, Ibrahim. Just be easy. Son.
Yeah. They got to tread lightly.
I ain't never heard of Russia wanting to do anything with any minorities. That's what I'm also thinking. Like, Russia don't like nobody. Like, let alone some like motherfuckers from Africa. That's.
Russia's been allies with Cuba for a while. Back ever since. Russia's been.
Cuba a little different. Cuba got like a real life dictatorship. They've been on some asshole shit. Like those countries, Cuba's fucking been ran by assholes for the longest. So that makes sense. So I'm just looking like, if Ibrahim is all positive or good, why would you team up with those people? I don't know. I have no idea. But I think it seems like a setup.
I think it's a little deeper than just saying. I think that's trivializing it, talking about I think it's a lot.
It's definitely deeper, way above my educational level. I have no idea.
And it's looking from the lens that you're looking from it from.
I never heard no good things about teaming up with Russia. Never heard anything positive. Like I never heard nobody like, yeah.
I'm sure you haven't being an American. I'm sure you haven't. I'm sure you haven't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm
sure you haven't.
I see what you're doing. That's very true.
You know,
it's the propaganda. It's the lens they want me to look through. That's very true. It's a good point.
So I try to give it a world.
What Russia got going on? I gotta holler at them. What do they thrive on? They don't sell. They don't have a car they make. They don't build. They don't send rubber bricks. They don't make heroin. What do Russia do? What are they doing over there? I gotta holler at them.
That's a good
They have so
question.
much landmass, and they're not known for shit but vodka and bear wrestling.
Vodka.
They just known for fucking people. They don't want to export as UFC fighters. Like if you like the bare knuckle box, go to Russia, fight a bear, come back. You're gonna run the UFC. But I don't know what the fuck do they do out there besides drink vodka and fuck people up.
That's a good question.
Every other country I can think of like a powerhouse like that, because Russia's, universally recognized as a giant country and a giant power. But it's like, bro, what the fuck y'all be doing over there? You know what I'm saying? Japan got PlayStations.
Japan do.
What do y'all do over there? What do y'all got going on over there?
That's a good question. I don't know what Russia's biggest export. I don't know. That's a good question.
They ain't make a car or something, man. Go make a floating car. Go get a trademark. Start a sport. Do something. Australia got rugby. Like do something. What do y'all do?
They got gymnastics in Russia.
Gymnastics.
Yeah,
you know
they
what?
Don't play around. They
that
do not
and
play around.
I don't think ballet's
Hockey.
from Russia.
Hockey.
We got a comment. Somebody said, Nano Mano said Russia makes cars.
What cars?
Oh, see? Okay.
Shit, let me know what cars.
But they probably don't sell them here. Come on now.
Yeah, because we have a trade embargo with communist countries.
Come on now.
Shit,
You know how that
my
goes.
bad, Marv.
That's what I'm saying.
Marv back there. My bad, Marv.
China makes cars. We don't see China cars out here either.
We don't have no Chinese cars? Oh, no, just Japanese.
Japanese, Korean.
We have Korean cars? Mm-hmm. Who? What car is Korean?
I believe
Hyundai and Kia.
Kia.
Oh, where? Oh,
Korean.
Pardon me, Korea.
I know Kia.
Listen.
Hyundai?
Pardon me. Kia
Hyundai?
is running shit right now.
Yeah.
You got LeBron James and fucking everybody.
Blake Griffin
Half the
jumping over.
NBA is Kia. So
They have
respectfully.
Blake Griffin jumping over to Kia and all.
Nah, Kia
dunk
been popping.
contest.
Okay, I'll give you that with Kia. Word.
Yeah. So Russia probably does have cars. See, we don't get those cars over here, so we don't know. We're in our American bubble over here. So
Now you're right. Oh, you know what else Russia was good for? Space. They were heavy on trying to get to space. That's what I do know.
Yes. They were the first actual nation to circumnavigate the world.
Word.
Yes. Well, in this era, yes.
Oh, word. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I ain't fucking know that. I know the space race was against them.
Yes. So
The
there
space race, it was them and us.
So
Who's gonna get there
back.
first?
So back to the Cold War. Russia was the first country to circumnavigate the planet, and now it's a space race. Now it's who's gonna get to the moon first? Who's gonna go to the moon first? We ended up getting to the moon in 1969, which I still have doubts about, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, we went to the moon in 1969. It was a big America. We planted our flag on the moon. Yeah, America. That's how we do it to these commies, baby.
Yeah.
They were the USSR. So I think it's more of it was more of a flex show.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what circumnavigate means. I just thought about it.
To circle the globe, circumnavigate.
Like Jackie Chan in that hot air balloon shit.
Yeah, circumnavigate.
I thought it was Jackie Chan was the first thing to do. So you're telling me circumnavigate is what, like in one flight? Dude?
Yeah, they left Earth and circled the globe and came back.
How?
What you mean?
How much gas did y'all have? Isn't the planet like 15,000
But that was a
miles?
rocket. You said plane. Rocket. That's a rocket.
A rocket? They circumnavigated in a rocket? I don't know, son. I don't know, son.
So then
I've heard the word circumnavigate a lot of times in my life, and it's just now hitting me. I'm calling bullshit. How much gas did y'all have? How? Isn't it 15,000 miles in diameter, the planet? It's like 15,000 miles in diameter.
I don't know. That's a
I'm
good
like
question.
pretty sure Earth's 15,000 miles in diameter. That's like the most pointless Snapple fact for me to know right now.
I wouldn't know. I don't know.
What is the Earth's diameter?
But yeah, so
The answer I found is
7,918
miles.
okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm
Interesting.
calling bullshit. If I can't get from here to Australia in one direct flight, what you mean we circumnavigated the planet 60 years ago, son? What you mean?
That's how I feel about live streaming on the moon. Who shot it? They have 4K?
Nah,
Let me
word.
know.
YouTube just started live streaming.
They
YouTube
live stream. What Wi-Fi was they using? Let me know. They live in 1969.
I believe it though, because they had cell phones in like the 1800s, in the
bro, I
late
don't believe
1800s,
that
son.
shit. I don't-
And we ain't get Sprint and Boost Mobile to like the fucking 70s or 80s.
Live
and shit.
streaming from the moon in 1969. I'm not hearing it. You're not
Just
telling me
saying,
nothing. You're
the
not telling me
technology
nothing.
be available.
Like I said, I
100
think it
years
was
before.
more. I think it was a more. We had to do something in order to show national pride.
We had to show our balls.
Yes, it was a dick. Yeah, it was a dick growing contest. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like
okay.
it was
Good old
that's-
pissing contest.
That's exactly. I personally think it was staged. And how many countries have been to the moon since?
Yeah, I just thought about it. Getting to the moon is fucking crazy. How far is the moon? Nah, I'm not here to do all that math. I just thought that's a whole another. That's gonna take us into a whole another like category of situations that I have no idea.
We actually have comments from Russia.
Oh
And,
shit! Wait a minute.
Bro, we got
might
Russians?
get drone strikes right
We
now.
got Russia
so
in the
let's
comments?
chill out.
What
Yeah,
we
we
talking
got
about?
Russia in the chat. So Nano Mano says again, Aris, which is a Russian car brand, luxury. It looks dope too.
Aris, okay.
Aris,
Shout out
that's hard.
Russian
First of all,
luxury
bro,
car brand.
That shit.
That's why. Yeah,
That look
like
like
a Rolls
Royces.
Royce.
Yeah, it does look like
That's a Rolls Royce game.
That's like a Cullinan, baby.
That's a yeah.
That's like a Cullinan.
That look
right
like the
there.
spec. The
But-
new Rolls Royce.
but
Spec. How
listen.
much is that car?
Let's see.
Probably cheap.
Let's find out how much that car costs. Oh yeah, I'm loving these comments. Please comment. This is lit.
Yes,
We
thank
got
you.
another
We
one.
can do this, Marv. This is fucking lit.
And shout out to and shout out to you tuning in from Russia.
I'm gonna learn me some Russian.
We
All I
got
know
Russ
is,
also in the chat. Russ said Russia is among the world's leading producers of oil, extracting about 1/5 of the global total. It also is responsible for more than 1/4 of the world's total natural gas output.
That makes sense though, because Russia is a big landmass.
He says hello from Russia, by the way.
Shout out to you from Russia.
Shout out
Thank
to
you,
you,
for tuning
man.
in.
That's love. See, I love being educated. Like I said,
See?
I didn't say they didn't do shit. I just want to know what do they do.
And,
you know what I'm
and,
saying?
and like I said, listen, we're in this bubble over here. So look at that high end car.
Right.
Yo, listen,
That's crazy.
There's on the last episode, I said there's a reason why there's not Chinese cars sold in America, because they would undercut the market crazy.
And they
have
would
you ever
shit on us,
seen
you're right.
luxury Chinese cars for $80,000? You can get you a spaceship on the inside, looking crazy,
Word.
bro, unbelievable.
God damn, that RS starts at 250,000, and
look like
the
it.
armored version can go to up to 1.5 million.
Oh, they got the armored version. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they not playing.
Shit, man. Expected to retail. Oh, okay. Between Nami and Leah firms, expected to retail price 2018 10 million rubles, which is the equivalent to about 160,000. Okay.
So 160.
160 to 300 is what they're aiming to be able to drop it for. But that means that in about 2-3 years, you go grab you one for like 80 bands.
Good luck in getting that, importing that to the U.S.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie.
it's
It's
not-
not
it's not-
happening.
it's
Because
not
the second a motherfucker see an RS, I'm not gonna lie, I look like a lot like a Rolls Royce. But that's dope though. Okay, they make a lot of gas. That makes sense.
I mean, yeah, it
But
makes sense
we
for the
never-
air mass to have
But
like,
wow, that's so crazy.
a lot
Like,
of natural
yo,
resources. out there.
yeah, of course, a whole lot of natural resources because there's a lot of fucking land. There's nothing but land, and there's no people in the way that tell you you can't dig here, you can't build here because there's nobody there. It's fucking empty. Like I think there's like some crazy stat. Like the population per like square mile out there is like a joke. It's like desolate land. Like there's nobody there. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
because it's hard to inhabit.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. So that's the reason Russia actually sold us Alaska.
Yeah, because they're like, we don't fucking need this.
Not only that, but back then, Russia was our ally.
Yeah,
Russia's
yeah.
biggest op was England.
You know, there's actually a stretch of land that froze, not land, a stretch of water that froze between Russia and Alaska. You used to be able to just walk that
Yeah,
shit.
the
Like you, your Willie
Pangea?
Mammoth, or whatever the fuck.
Pangea, something
Sure.
like that. That's what it sounds like.
Well, no,
think
Pangea is the idea of all the
No,
continents
not
being
Pangea.
together.
The Bering Strait.
There you go, the
Bering
Bering
Strait.
Strait. Word.
It's the Bering Strait. Fact.
But
It
yeah,
used to be a land-
it's like a 90-mile gap. Like it's not
No,
far at all.
literally- yo.
Theoretically,
and that's the thing. They think we're so far from Russia. Technically, it's literally like.
it's right there in our backyard.
But what happened was, Russia's biggest op at the time was England, and they did not want England to be able to, because Alaska was such a barren. It was hard to settle because it was crazy out there because of the
It's
weather.
still hard to settle.
That's what I'm saying. So they didn't want England to end up taking over that land and get them from the rear. So they said, "Hey, America, you want this piece of land from us? Okay, we'll take it." But I know now they probably regret selling us Alaska. But
I ain't
back
lie.
then it made sense because we were not their enemies back then.
Yeah, Alaska's an interesting motherfucking place, man. That shit is very remote, very scary. It's like they have like the highest amount of like rapists and serial killers up there. Like rapists and murderers, literally, they're all up there. Like you commit a rape or murder, you get exiled, go to Alaska, you go out there, you can make $120,000 a year working out of oil fields, some shit. Even with a crazy rape case and all that shit, like it's actually crazy. I'll be watching a lot of YouTube about like Alaska. There's full blown gangs out there.
Oh yeah, bro,
like,
Alaska's crazy.
It's a full blown black market. They're selling drugs. There's a lot going on out there. Yeah, as remote as it is, and there's so like most of Alaska, you can't even just drive into it. Like you have to fly to everything.
There's a few places that you get your delivery based on a flight, a short flight.
Yeah,
like
but that's also too like their inflation. Or their markup prices is ridiculous. Like a box of cereal out there is like $12. A roll of paper, toilet paper is like $3. And like they go through that phase and during throughout the year they have like 40 days a night, 40 days a day.
40 days that's
and it's like
weird.
For the sun not to go down for 40 days.
Yo.
That has to be like an episode of Black Mirror. Son.
Or 40 days of darkness.
Like, 40 days of darkness is crazy. That's the perfect time to get murdered.
Yo, that's
like you will die. Like what
you want to talk about a Monday morning and it's still dark?
But I'm not even thinking about by people. A fucking bear could be out there. What's out there? Like it's dark as fucking hell. No, I can't go.
So, in other news, did you hear about what's going on with the Shilo Hendrix situation at all?
Shilo Hendrix?
No, you haven't heard about Shilo Hendrix.
That's such a combination of names. Who the fuck is Shilo Hendrix?
So
I'm thinking about Shiloh Sanders.
And
then I'm thinking about Jimi Hendrix. And then I'm thinking about Future Hendrix. And none of these things have anything to do with each other.
No, not at all.
Who the fuck is Shilo Hendrix?
So she's a woman at a park. Apparently, she was the one who was filmed calling a little black kid a nigger. And then
that white woman?
Yeah, that white woman.
Her name is Shilo Hendrix.
Yeah.
That's not white.
So and then she doubled down on calling him, and then now she's raised almost $500,000.
Wait. She called him the hard ER?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
A fundraiser for what? What is she getting funded for? She going to jail? She got a case? Like what happened?
I heard she has a GoFundMe, and a lot of these.
For what?
For calling a kid a nigga.
But what is she raising the funds for?
Exactly.
GoFundMe don't just let you raise funds. Like they deem that your funds are like not valid. Like the reason for your funds, they'll send everybody their bread back, like immediately too.
I don't know if she's actually being sued or not, but I know she's raised a lot of money, and you got a lot of these racists out here talking about we're tired of holding our tongues back. A lot of racist media personalities.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. If you're gonna come out and tell us you're racist, I ain't mad at you, gang. I gotta respect it. You're letting me know. So now we know I should stay away from you. We should go that way. Don't involve you. Let's not spend no money at your businesses. Let's not retweet nothing you gotta say. Let's completely tune you out. So by all means, if you wanna let us know you're racist, that's cool. We already knew that. Arkansas, Alabama, Missouri, bunch of other places. We already knew that.
They're trying to. You can't police our speech.
This is true though,
and you can't police. And black people are so sensitive about a word, and they feel like they can just say whatever they want whenever they want without any consequence.
That's an opinion.
But what I'm saying now is a lot of them are coming out of hiding. They're showing their true colors, exactly who they are, and it's being basically a push for white people to say the N-word is picking up steam.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not gonna go. I mean, you can try, but it's not gonna go well.
I'm telling it's picking up steam. I'm telling you.
Listen, wherever you feel safe enough to say that as a white person, you're probably good where you're at. That's why you're saying it. But don't try that shit in Compton. Don't come to Newark with that shit. You don't
even gotta go Newark and Compton.
That's what I'm saying. Don't go nowhere thinking that shit's gonna be sweet. You could try that shit, but go to a Giants game and try that shit. See how that's gonna go for you, buddy.
But,
like, go to anywhere. Go to a Niners game. Go to your local place where there's gonna be more than one black person. I don't think it's gonna go well for you. I'm not gonna lie.
But the amount of gaslighting is crazy. Yo,
what is she getting funded for? I need the answer. Is there a case? Is she in trouble? Did she get arrested?
I think a lot of people were slandering her. She was being doxxed and shit online. You know what I mean? Like she was getting a lot of slander. People were putting her life under a microscope.
Because I definitely saw a clip of that video, like literally just the 5 seconds of her saying what she was saying, but I have no context to what happened before that. Why did she even say that? Even though there's nothing to validate.
Well,
why
apparently the kid, I don't know.
It was a kid.
Yeah, it was a kid. I think stole something or something.
She said you were touching my stuff or something like that, right?
Yeah,
or you touched my baby, like my baby bag.
Yeah, something like that.
Some bullshit like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But like I said, so it's crazy how it's such a 360. Like these racists out here, they're gaslighting so crazy.
What exactly is gaslighting?
Gaslighting is making it seem like I'm being victimized, or I'm being or if I do something, or let's say you do something. Let's say you do something, and your justification for it is I'm only doing it as a reaction to me. That's gaslighting your actions. Okay. You're not taking accountability for your actions. You're blaming me for your actions. So there's fucking insane. They're saying how it's just a word. Black people are so sensitive, and they act as soon as they say that word, they act like that word, and it's just bro. I'm telling yo.
The fuck,
listen,
yo, I gotta see this shit, bro. I gotta see this shit.
No, it's crazy how that works. And
as soon as you say the word, they act like the word is fucking crazy.
Or they're allowed to say it, and if they can say it, we can say it too.
Listen,
bro, I'm telling you,
nobody gives you a pass and says you're allowed to say it. Say it. Good luck. Good luck to you.
But I have my two things.
I'm just saying it's not gonna go well, depending on where you're at.
One thing is the fact, like why would you even want to say the word? Is my point. The fact that you're fighting in order to say the most loaded, the most history-ridden, the most hateful term in the history of this country.
In the history of the world, for real. There's no other word that compares to it.
In the history
that I can think of around the world.
So, but the fact that you're going so hard in order to be able to use this word says something about you as an individual, and you're trying to gaslight it to justify making it okay. Now, let's be real. I use the word. I don't think black people should use the word at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think anybody should use the word.
Talk about it.
My thing is, you gotta look at it. You can tell that black people used to be enslaved because we.
You said you could tell black people used to be.
Yes, used to be enslaved.
Or you
used to be enslaved.
Being,
okay. Used to be enslaved. We used to be enslaved.
Okay.
Because we look at ourselves in the proximity to whiteness. Right? Throughout the history, every minority group that has been demonized, that has been subjected to hate and cruelty, they have slurs attached to everyone.
Right.
Italians, Jews,
Facts.
Irish,
yeah,
from people from Latin America, Asians. Everybody has a word that demonizes them. Right. But black people are only ones that, okay, white people call us that. We're going to use that word and empower us. We're going to empower ourselves and change the meaning of it and start calling ourselves that. Our mindset is so, we think so close to proximity to whiteness. No other race, no other culture does that besides black people. You know what I mean? Like we should. I don't think we should say the word at all. I say I'm part of the culture. You know, it's part of the culture, but I don't even think anybody should say it. We should not think about ourselves in the proximity to whiteness. We should have our own train of thought. You know what I mean? But we wanted to take the word and use it to mean something else. We shouldn't even use that word at all. It's about the proximity to whiteness. We always want to compare ourselves. You can kind of tell by the way we act, as if that you can tell that we used to be slaves. In our thought process.
When you say in proximity to whiteness, you're basically saying that we care so much. Hold on.
Yes.
I'm trying to really understand what proximity to whiteness means, because you said it like 10 times. Proximity to whiteness.
Correct.
Meaning
that
that's some white people shit to do, to try to use a word and flip it and change the meaning of it?
Like a lot of stuff we do is, instead of having our own train of thought, instead of doing stuff for ourselves, we do stuff based on the reaction of white people. You know, so even using that word, instead of saying this is a word that used to mean this is what they did when they used to call us that, we're not going to say it anymore. Well, you know what? We're going to transform the word into meaning something positive.
But what about the thought of like the word negus, Negus?
Yes.
And it meaning royalty, and,
yes.
and the meaning of that, and they said the N word really derives from that, and it was being used already as a positive term of endearment in the countries that it derived from. I don't want to miseducate the people and name the wrong country, but what about that idea? And it already was something positive, and then the slave owners or whoever the colonizers, they heard black people saying it already, and then they just changed it up a little bit and added their own rendition to how it sounded, added the ER, and turned it into something negative. Because if it was already something positive, and then it got turned to something negative, and then it gets turned back to something positive, I want to hear your thoughts, because I'm a little lost to where I'm saying.
I think it's the same thing with the swastika. The swastika, for generations upon generations around the world, used to be a symbol of peace.
Right.
You can see the swastika. You can go to ancient Egypt. Yeah. You can go to ancient India. You can go to the Mayans. You can go to Incas and see the swastika. It used to be a symbol of. It used to be It used to mean a lot of different things. But when the Nazis turned it into a symbol of hate, it's not used anymore. You know what I mean? We don't even use that anymore. Any rendition. There was a Native American tribe.
Even looking similar to it is like
there was a Native American tribe that used to use the swastika.
Yeah,
but ever since that, they don't even use it anymore. That's what I'm saying. Is it's been so demonstratized and so it turned into something that's so graphic that I don't even think that we should even use it in general. Like I said, every minority group has a word. I'm not gonna go through them because we all know a lot of them.
But we don't. You don't see messages like, "Hey, what's up, my wetback on my beater?"
That's what I'm saying. Or
it don't work like that.
You feel me?
Yeah.
We're the only ones that still use that vernacular today.
But what I was saying is, though, once again, none of those other negative words that are used to describe those people had historical meaning that was already positive within its own people.
I don't know enough about them in order to say that. It could be, it could not be, but at the same time, there's a lot of other words we could have used, and I don't think that trying to spin it, and I understand the concept of it, but I don't even think that's not a word that we should use in general. Yeah, but that's just how I feel about it.
It's funny because when I be watching those movies that are like the American Gangster that are based on like the 60s or like movies before that, I'm watching the Ray Charles movie, or all those kind of movies where they depict like life 100 years ago, and when especially when pop culture became more black, like black people started dominating pop culture in the early 1900s, like sports and entertainment, you know what I'm saying? And they're using the N-word, so it's like blows my mind because it seems like a sentence from today when I hear people talking in those movies. I'm like, yo, they really just talk like that? Like in 1914, motherfuckers was talking about, hey, what up, my nigga? Like, what? Like, that blows my mind. Like, that was really just like, so that means it's been being used as a positive term.
Yeah, we took that from the plantations because we always get. That's the thing. We always remixed a lot of different things in order to make it part of our own culture, and that was one of the things they used. So I don't even necessarily think we should use it, but it's part of the culture.
I don't know. I'm a little mixed on that. I mean, it's not my place to even feel mixed on that. But I'm a little mixed on that. Like, because I just feel like the word was invented by black people, and it had a different. It sounded different. It had a different meaning completely. It was already something positive. So I don't know, but I feel you though. Because I'd be conflicted with that. Because it wasn't until recently, just last year, I remember Tariq was the first person that told me, he was like, yo, you should stop saying the N-word, bro. Like, it offends people. And I'm like, damn. You know how that stuck with me every day since? Like, I think about shit every day. Like, it's something I was already conscious of. Like, I know not to use the N-word around certain people of certain age. Like, I know that. That's like, even then, like, if it'll slip out, I'll be like, oh, shit, I'm bugging. Like, and but that was the first time it even occurred to me. So hearing you say that you feel like even black people shouldn't be saying
I don't think anybody.
It's like, damn.
I personally don't think I think that just shows our proximity to whiteness, like I said. We want to remix what they gave us instead of having our own stuff. You know,
but so many great things came from that idea too, remixing what they gave us.
Absolutely,
like fucking soul food.
But I mean,
chitlins and oxtail.
But that's not the same thing. You know,
it's not. You're right. It's not. It's definitely not.
But yeah, I mean, just like any culture has their own cultural foods and stuff. But as far as there's so many other words.
Yeah, the N-word is so unique and everything about it. Everything about it is so unique.
And guess what? Technically, white people can say it. It's with their First Amendment, but that don't mean that you won't face the consequences. You feel me? You won't get prosecuted for saying it. But
you might not get your ass whooped. Not gonna lie. You might be fine. You might do the ass whooping, but just know it's probably gonna come with some conflict.
But not nowadays, because now the racists.
Nowadays, you get a $500,000 and you go fund me.
Nowadays, a white person, you get a $500,000 and you go, like, bro, I'm telling you.
I gotta do some research. What is she funding? What are they funding her for?
Listen, They're on. Yeah,
GoFundMe don't work like that.
Listen. Trump has brought them out to the forefront. They're not in hiding anymore. They are blatant about it.
Did you see? Ras Barak got arrested. He got detained during the protest in front of the immigration building in I believe it was in New York. You didn't see all that? Ros Barak, the mayor of Newark. You didn't see that?
I did see that.
I was about to say. I feel like you would definitely be.
I did see
that.
that. Yo, bro, I did see that. Yo, listen.
And he was talking about he was talking that anti-Trump shit. Like, yo, it's Trump motherfuckers being super racist. I just heard a commercial. I just heard the commercial talking about, yo, listen, if you're an immigrant and you got here illegally, just go announce yourself. We're gonna give you the right paperwork and you'll be able to come back. And I'm like, yo, that is
I ain't gonna lie, that's that crazy.
That's a setup. I'm like, what? They want you to kick yourself out and then don't worry, we'll give you an invite back when you're ready. Boy, your ass about to get flung across that motherfucking wall.
But speaking of immigrants, did you see what's going on with the South African immigrants?
Oh yeah, that's a topic I just saw and I'm like, we didn't mention that. But you talking about South Africa, the actual country?
Yeah.
Okay.
The white South African, the Afrikaners, they call themselves.
Afrikaners? Oh shit.
They're claiming they're being discriminated against, and Trump is allowing white South African immigrants,
i.e. Elon Musk,
to come to America. To come to America. This is a man who ran on keeping America, and a lot of his base and stuff don't like immigrants. What they meant to say is they don't like immigrants that don't look like them. They make room for Ukrainian immigrants, these South African immigrants. They're making room for. Here's a man Trump who went on a speech and said, "Now we got to deport the homegrowns," talking about deporting citizens, even if he was joking or not. You know, but now they want to bring in white immigrants. And what's going on in South Africa right now is they're trying to pick up the pieces from the remnants of apartheid. Mm-hmm. And apartheid was basically racism perfected.
Yeah.
Perfected. White people make up less than 5%, a small minority, but they own and control the vast majority. So the new leadership of South Africa is trying to redistribute everything and trying to pick up the pieces from apartheid. So now they feel like they're being discriminated against, and now Trump is gonna come and welcome them here because Trump loves immigrants so much, right?
Wow.
As long as they look like him. But
that's tough.
Speaking of, you brought up Elon. So Elon and Starlink. So South Africa right now, they have a policy where any international company that wants to be in South Africa, you have to relinquish a part of the ownership to one of our black business owners. That's what South Africa is saying. And any outside company, you have to.
You have to give a piece.
Yes, to local black owned business owners or businesses or something.
Okay.
And of course, Elon and Starlink does not want to abide by that. So now he's saying, "Oh, I can't be in South Africa because I'm white." No, it's because you're not following the policy. There's many other companies that follow that policy. Google follows that policy. Microsoft follows that policy. A lot of other international companies follow the policy of South Africa. Because you don't want to follow the policy. Now he's saying, "Oh, it's because they're racist and I'm white and they don't want to do business with me." He's painting his own narrative.
That's the good old mind fuck right there.
Gaslighting.
That's a good old
gaslight, bro.
That's a good old mind fuck.
They've turned racism into gaslighting. That's how they're trying to flip it. They're trying to flip it.
And I know I mentioned this before, but listen, if you have not watched the Elon Musk's dad interview on Vlad TV, please go watch that shit. That shit is crazy. That shit. Not only did he like fuck his daughter and have a kid with her, but that's another question.
No, I gotta watch it. I ain't see that.
His stepdaughter. He fucked his stepdaughter.
That's not wild.
Who was like 40 years younger than him.
That's
or 50.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's how they give it up. But when you that rich, they just on some like, yeah. He's like, none of my other BMs give a fuck. This nigga got like 5 BMs. He's a fucking legend. I mean, he's just running around doing shit.
I mean, he's a billionaire. So.
Yeah, he said some fly shit on that interview. He said, yeah, Elon hasn't got on a plane that he didn't own since he was 8. I'm like, what? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, yeah, we've been flying private our whole life. He's like, I gave up BMWs and Mercedes when he was 6. He said he hasn't gotten anything less than a Rolls Royce since he was 8. I'm like, oh. He said he didn't learn how to ski at the slopes. He learned how to ski in Aspen. I said, yo, he talking that shit right now. He said he didn't learn French in a classroom. We took him to France and we lived there for years. I'm like, oh,
that's
my
different
bad.
type of flex.
My bad. But
That's different type of flex. But so yeah, watch. A lot now there's gonna be South African immigrants, white South African immigrants coming to this
I
country.
don't know too many white South Africans. Shout out to Tyler. I don't know what she got going on, but I know she's from South Africa and she's the most beautiful woman on the planet right now. I ain't gonna lie. I am not gonna lie.
But it's just so ironic. This is the president who doesn't like immigrants, who's talking about relinquishing birthright citizenship, but is trying to open the doors for white immigrants.
The South Africans I do know, all the motherfuckers they look like diet Dominican low key. Like Trevor Noah, he look like a young version of my brother. He look like The Weeknd.
Yeah.
And I think The Weeknd's family is from South Africa, if I'm not mistaken.
South Africa.
And Tyler could pass for some type of Spanish.
Very diverse, but South Africa is very diverse. And
Yeah,
there's a lot of native South Africans.
The only famous South Africans I know are light skinned as fuck and can pass for Spanish.
And Elon.
Yeah. Hey, Steve Nash. Shout out to Steve Nash. Gotta make sure shout out to Steve Nash.
One more topic I want to just touch
real
upon.
quick before we transition.
Yes.
Let's read some of the comments.
Oh, we got comments in this
we got comments over here.
So we got another one from Russia. They said we have more Chinese cars on the streets than Russian. Korean cars are also popular there too.
That makes sense though. I ain't gonna lie.
Saying.
I feel like half of Russia is China. Like I'll be watching these YouTube and all the indigenous people in like Eastern Russia, they all look Asian. They all look Asian.
Yeah. Well, you
They
gotta
look like they're in China.
You gotta look where the region.
Right.
Russia
That's how
is.
fucking huge Russia is.
But it's funny because you won't see American cars really outside of America.
Nah, hell no.
But it's funny that I appreciate you said that, Marv, because that's.
We got another one, and this one came in when we were talking about the N-word, and you had mentioned that you think no one should use it. Piro Dusha says, facts, it's a colonized mindset.
Yeah, it's absolutely a colonized mindset.
Yeah,
we taking the word that they're throwing at us to redoing it and remixing it ourselves instead of coming together ourselves without the proximity to the oppressor. I feel like is you could just tell by the way we sometimes what a lot of stuff we do is you can kind of tell that
it's a slave mindset. That's what
absolutely 1,000%.
And then
nobody else does that.
For sure.
Then we have one more, and I think this was from Ethiopia. Because he says,
lit right now.
Shout out to Ethiopia.
We moving global. Shout out to Ethiopia. Shout out to all the beautiful Ethiopian women. I had to make that clear. Fucking
so
beautiful.
Nano Mano, I guess he's from Ethiopia because he says Ethiopians don't suffer from none of that inferiority BS.
But Ethiopia is Eastern Africa. They didn't really deal with any of the slavery.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Ethiopia was when we talked about the Berlin Conference.
Yeah,
Ethiopia was never colonized. Ethiopia and
that's gangster.
It's not Nigeria. It's the other one.
Niger?
No. Why can't I think of it?
Not Ghana, right?
No, it's not Ghana. It's Ethiopia and it's Liberia.
Oh, yeah,
it's Liberia and Ethiopia. So yes, Ethiopia is free of colonized influence.
I never knew that.
Yes,
That's dope.
I did know that.
That's
Shout
dope.
out to Ethiopia though. Yep, I knew that.
Damn, and yeah, shout out to Liberia and General Butt Naked and all that. If you don't know about General Butt Naked, Google that too. Google that shit. It'll fuck your head up. My son was running around asshole naked, literally running through the jungle, shooting shit up on some wild shit, and he'd eat your kids. Straight like that.
Yo,
cannibalism. Like they would literally take the kids, they'd be like, look, you take a hand, you take an arm, we're gonna devour this shit right here. We're gonna eat the blood of our enemies because we don't give a fuck. We're ruthless out here.
Different.
Yeah. General Butt Naked. Do your Googles. You know what I'm saying?
Before we get out of here, I don't know if you heard about Kanye's new song, Ye's new song.
Oh, God damn it. We were just talking about the H word. But listen.
I don't know if you saw the studio session. He was with a lot of streamers. He was with Top 5. And in that session, he was saying, yeah.
Wait, he had Top 5 in the session?
Dick riding, bro. Top 5 was in there, Dick riding.
Wait, Top 5.
From Toronto, the one
Right.
who got out, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm like, Top 5, they were beefing. It was all for clout. Okay, I get it. It was all for the clout.
Of course. And, you know, in that live stream, top 5 or Ye, I forgot who said it. You were like, yeah, all my niggas is Nazis wearing the Nazi chains. you feel with the HH song. So I don't know if you heard the song or.
So the HH song is actually Hail Hitler is what it's called, and I know that it got banned from all DSPs, all distribution platforms, i.e., Apple Music, Spotify, all those banned the song, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the idea of them banning a song. I know that it's very, very offensive. But how many country songs where they're literally talking about motherfucking, they using the hard ER. These are white people using the hard ER. They literally have songs about lynching people. They have songs about this, and you can hear that on Apple Music right now. But the second a motherfucker make a song called Hail Hitler, they ban it. That's weird to me. I don't like that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I 1,000% agree with you.
I think that is a very dangerous concept to keep allowing that, and I'm not here to promote anything with that monster attached with that H word. Like he's like Voldemort. You can't speak his name. You can't speak it.
That's why I said HH.
And I genuinely feel a way when I even hear the name. Like I genuinely like, ugh, I know it's offending somebody. Yeah. Like I know like just the name alone is powerful enough to offend people. So I do sympathize with that, and I think that Ye is out of his fucking mind and out of pocket. But I can see what he's trying to push with this and saying like, yo, how come I can't talk about this? But when y'all make songs about put that N-word in the tree and let's have a picnic, it's no problem.
Yeah. And you know how I felt about Kanye for a while now. I've been saying this for years. Mm-hmm. Not somebody that I support at all. But I 1,000% agree with what you're saying. And it's ironic how they pick and choose what they censor.
This is what I'm
so
saying.
not only talking about lynching or whatever, you can talk about smoking your dead ops.
Yeah, I can talk about killing this 13-year-old boy down the block.
You can talk about pulling up to somebody's grandmother's crib.
Yeah, and these are all black kids.
Blowing up somebody's block.
These are all black kids.
You feel?
Minorities.
Blowing up somebody's block. It shows what the powers at top allow. Like I said, I cannot stand Kanye. I've been hating Kanye for a while now. And I don't support anything he's doing, none of his movement. But it's the same thing to where I'll give you another line that was heavily censored, but that shows they pick and choose. Obviously, I am no way condoning this line at all. I don't condone it at all. But remember Rick Ross put Molly on her champagne. She didn't even know it. Took it back and enjoyed that. She didn't even know it. So you can talk about so many other elements of destructional behavior.
I can talk about drugging this woman.
We could talk. We could
Cosby and her.
We could talk about junkies. We could talk about murder. We could talk about extortion. We could talk about all that stuff. But the two things that are off limits by the powers would be that Rick Ross line and then this Kanye song. So it's crazy how they can pick and choose what they feel offended by or not, pick or choose what the general public consumes or not. It's actually really crazy once you think about it.
Yeah, I think that's what Ye's whole purpose, high key, is with all this bullshit he's been on. I feel like his purpose is definitely number one, attention, but he is trying to open our eyes, bro. He's trying to open our eyes, man. I'm gonna be real with you. You might not appreciate it now, but I've said this before.
There's no way.
I think there's gonna be an age. This is gonna age a certain way, and we're gonna realize, like, oh shit, he's been doing the Charleston White to us this whole time.
Another coon.
Yeah, I'm not like, saying
another fucking.
I'm not saying it's the best way. I'm not saying it's a good way. But what I'm saying is, I think eventually we'll be able to see it. And with a lot of geniuses, it took us a long time to understand it. Like, oh. One day. And I know I'm just also trying to be as positive as possible with Kanye because he's absolutely making it fucking impossible to support him. God damn it,
I don't think there's ever going to be a day where it's a black man wearing a Klan outfit to be okay.
All black leather Klan outfit.
It doesn't matter what it is. That's Clayton Bigsby. That's Clayton Bigsby. You feel me?
100%.
If y'all know who Clayton Bigsby is, that's Clayton Bigsby. He's a sellout.
Listen, Ye, I'm gonna pray for Ye that he's gonna use his powers for good.
I'm not praying for that. I don't listen. I can only pray for so many people, but I don't pray for Nazis. I'm sorry.
I don't think he really feels that way.
I don't pray for Nazis.
Just like I don't think he really sucked his cousin's dick, and we never talked about that.
Yeah, we did. We never talked about that. I don't know. But like I said, I'll never pray for a Nazi. If you claim you're a Nazi, I believe you. Well, I don't know why.
You got to do some Nazi shit for me to believe it. You got to do some evil shit. But you got to actually do some shit.
But ironically,
saying some shit and doing some shit, I'm always hold two different standards. I can say I raped my sister. I don't even got a sister. Somebody's gonna run with that.
I think symbolism is real. Symbolism is real. Symbolism is real. Words are real. Words matter.
1000%.
Words matter.
And the fact that you might have an ultimate mission, and in order to get to that mission, you use all this fucked up rhetoric and preach hate and preach this. And the problem with that is that the people you're trying to take along for that ride, they might have stopped halfway through that and just heard the first part. And then you got them fucked up because now they think that it's cool to say Hail Hitler. And you're right. I think that's very wrong, and it can be very misleading, and it can be very problematic and cause a lot of chaos, a lot of trauma, a lot of unnecessary bullshit that the world doesn't need. Yes, but I think there will be an ultimate goal. I'm giving you that last.
I will never.
I'm giving you that piece of I'm just hoping.
You might pray for him, but I will never pray for anybody who claims Nazism. Never. I don't care who it is. I got to draw a line in the sand. There's right and wrong, and people might say, the rhetoric that I'm saying is hurtful and divisive. But that at the end of the day, it's an oxymoron. You cannot be just. You cannot be fair. You cannot be non-violent to the people who are violent or who are in the lens of violence or have a certain verbiage that is violent, because it's an oxymoron, because those people are the ones who take over the world. You can't. Just like it's just like the meme. It's just like the meme with Captain America fighting the Red Skull who was a Nazi, and Captain America's punching the Red Skull, and the Red Skull's like, "Oh my God, what happened with tolerance? Like, you can't be tolerant to those people. Those people have to be destroyed. That idea has to be destroed completely."
I dig it.
Completely.
I dig it. I think the only disagreement there is you hate Kanye. I don't think he's really a Nazi. And on that note, listen, man, it's been an amazing episode.
The Free Judge Podcast.
I want to say
guys.
Thank y'all so much. The people commenting, bro, I love that. The comment section, those 3-4 comments. Shout out to what was bro name? Nate.
We got Nano Mano. We got P-Ro Deuce.
Nano Mano. Shout out to you, bro.
Shout out Nano Mano.
Listen,
we got one more comment too.
We got one more comment. Let's get us out of here with one more comment.
Nano Mano just wants you to know that he's a black South African.
Oh wow!
Shout out my brother.
Nano Mano is a black South African. And he told us about Russia. He told us about Ethiopia. Listen, shout out to you, bro.
And I love the comment section because we can engage with people who, and they answer some of the questions that I didn't know Russia was a big oil producer. I didn't realize, So shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody showing up.
And shout out to Marv on the mic, man. I'm digging the Marv on the mic scene. I'm not going to lie. Really helps us out.
Too.
Yeah, shout out to Marv. Shout out to Bravery Studios. We couldn't do it without Bravery Studios.
Yes, we're here. We're in Garfield, New Jersey. Listen, if you need to come record a podcast, you need to come to Bravery Studios. If you're anywhere within the North New Jersey or even New York area, we're not far. We're 20 minutes across the bridge, not even 15 minutes across the bridge. So y'all come check us out. Man, thank you guys so much. Cinco, it's been a hell of a 3-season run. We're going on the 4th.
Season 4. Listen. Season 4. We got merch on the way. We got giveaways. We got guests. We're going to incorporate a hotline. So
street interviews, all that good shit.
You guys can call in during.
Yes, sir.
Street interviews on the way. Listen, we got a lot planned for you guys for season 4. So thank you guys who've been with us. And if you're new to the channel, welcome.
And we got to say again, Happy Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Happy Mother's Day. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just turned 46 and all that. You know what I'm saying? No, in reality, I just turned 31. Please don't think I'm 46. I would look great for 46, though. I'll take that. Anyway. Thank y'all, yo. We're going to go celebrate. I got to go get my kid. It's fucking lit. I'll see y'all soon. We see y'all next week.
Guys.
And we
outta
gone.
here.
Free Gents Podcast, baby. Listen, episode 150. We gone.